Hi Gecko and Isopod fans, this is Wally Kern with Supreme Gecko and thanks for joining me for another video. This video won't show me holding a beautiful crested gecko, leopard gecko. It won't show one of the rare African geckos that we keep. It won't show one of the brand new isopods that we have. It won't show me drilling out tanks. This is going to be a very, very different video, but I'll guarantee this might be the most important video you watch concerning the future of your hobby and the future of your gecko or isopod business, especially a business. I'm going to share a quick story and a very important key that's helped my business, Supreme Gecko, and my hobby flourish for the last few years. So stay tuned. So why am I sitting here with a notepad taking a ton of notes when I really should be down in the facility working on the animals? Well, that's the whole key to this video, and I'm going to explain in just a second. You see, before I left my previous job and focused specifically on our geckos, I was a project manager for a very large company and planned out huge projects. These projects involved a lot of people, a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of money. So it was a very complex, very stressful position. I really enjoyed what I was doing. I was very fortunate to be able to take a week or two a year to go off on a business trip and just get away from everything. Now those business trips were great for me because they enlightened my ability to do my job. They gave me the right skill sets and it allowed me to meet other people in the business. But there was one thing that I did during these business trips every single time, and I'll get to that point in just a minute, but that one thing that I did was the key to my success in the business world. A week ago, my wife and I had the great opportunity to take off for a weekend and go to Elkhart Lake to the Asaf Hotel. Beautiful, beautiful resort. We got up there just before it snowed about 6 to 8 inches. We still had a wonderful time. Very relaxing, enjoyable meals, great people. We really had a great time. My wife and I took the opportunity to really have some good discussions, and it was a very relaxing weekend. But I also took some time to break away a little bit and focus on the Supreme Gecko business and my hobby in general. Now you might be asking, why can't I do that here at home? Well, here at home, there's a computer with social media on it, Facebook questions to be answered, email to be answered. With the YouTube videos, there's always comments to be answered as well. Not only that, obviously the facility is just a few steps away and the animals are always calling. There's always feeding to be done, or dishes to wash, or animals to move, or eggs to check. There's always something going on in the facility. And if it's not social media or the animals, it's certainly the family. Something's always pulling at my time where I just can't seem to find 2 or 3 hours to just break away and focus 100% on the business or the hobby. So when I say focus, what does that mean and how does that relate to my business trips in the past? When I say focus, I mean planning for the future. When I'm talking about improvements, I'm talking about a few things. Either saving money, saving time, or keeping the animals healthier. This is the exact process that I did when I was in the business world. And that means even in a seminar, even in a session, getting off and thinking about how I could improve at work. Were there certain skill sets? Were there people management skills that I needed to attain? So I could be sitting in a session and my mind was 100 miles away thinking about our department at work and how I could improve that department. This is what happened this last weekend at the Osthoff. I got a chance for a couple of hours to just take notes on saving money, like buying in bulk, saving on feeder insects, how to raise more feeder insects, things like that, how I could save time. We spent a lot of time washing dishes and cleaning the facility. How could I improve that process to save time so that I could focus more time on social media or on the animal specifically? I also spent time looking at social media and how I can improve my process in social media. How could I answer more questions? How could I perhaps get more views on the YouTube channel? Being the Excel guru that I really am, I was really lost for a couple of hours not having spreadsheets sitting in front of me to be able to categorize and sort and do things like that with Excel. But I took pages within my notebook and I put down a specific topic on every single page. One page was YouTube, one page was Facebook, one page was the business end of things like sales. Another page was how to save money specifically downstairs. Then from each one of those bigger topics, I broke it down into more specific areas. And I'm not saying that you need to take this kind of a detailed approach to this process, but even sitting down and taking notes on how you can improve your business or your hobby, even if you have 2 tanks, but especially if you're in the business to sell animals, geckos, isopods, or any kind of reptiles, snakes, whatever it is, I'm saying what you need to do is take a couple, 3 hours and just get away from everything. Get away from your animals, get away from your family, and just take the time yourself to sit down and think about where you want to be in the future. Now again, you don't need a weekend at the Osthoff Resort in Elkhart Lake. It could even be your local coffee shop or Panera. Just take that time, organize your thoughts, make some notes. One thing that I found about this is that it not only does it organize your thoughts, but the biggest point is that it refreshes your batteries. So get away from everything, sit down, take notes, and that battery just kind of seems to shut completely down from, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, the immediate needs of your animals and what's going on around you, and it lets you start charging toward the future. You will be amazed, even with taking a couple of hours away from everything and sitting down with Notepad and just freelancing notes, how much you are reinvigorated with your hobby and your animals. If you already do this, leave a comment below and tell me what works best for you. If you don't do this, try it in the next couple of weeks, come back to this video, leave me a comment, let me know if it worked. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you in some way. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and absolutely make sure that you hit notification all so that you don't miss another one of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.